So you're thinking about moving to Tucson, Arizona, but you have no idea where to start? Well, hang around because today we're going to talk about popular suburbs around Tucson, Arizona and what they have to offer. So you won't want to miss that. Let's get to it. Alright, so as I mentioned, we're going to talk about popular suburbs around Tucson, Arizona today. For this, I decided we're going to hop on into my computer so I can really show you around, and we'll talk about what brings people to Tucson and why people choose certain suburbs over other suburbs in Tucson, what makes each one popular, and maybe that'll help you in making your decision. But if you want to just come to town, take a look, give us a call. We're happy to show you around. I always like to start zoomed out here just so you can see if you've watched any of our other Google Map videos. I always like to show where we are in relation to Phoenix. We do have a lot of clients that are ultimately trying to decide between Tucson and Phoenix because we have great weather in both places. Phoenix is a lot bigger of a city, more freeways that go through it, more job opportunities than what we have here in Tucson. Price points are higher there for the most part, depending on the area. And Tucson's just, a little bit smaller. We only have the one freeway that runs through Tucson. So unfortunately, it's one of the downsides. As you can see here, I-10 that runs through. We don't have all the big, highway freeway system that Phoenix has over here. But, if you're looking for something that's a little more small town feel, but not too rural, then Tucson is a great option. And really what brings a lot of people here, besides price point, right now, over the past year, the median price point in Tucson has been about $370,000 for Tucson as a whole. Now, for the purposes of this video, I really just look at single family homes when we are looking at that. So we do have other housing types here, townhomes, condos, manufactured homes. So those are not taken into account in our numbers today. But the other thing that draws people to Tucson is going to be our weather. So if you're watching these videos, you probably know Tucson has over 300 days of sunshine every year. Allows for a lot of great outdoor activities. We're set in this amazing Sonoran desert setting, and there's just a lot of hiking, a lot of biking, a lot of ATV trails, just anything that you could want to do outdoors. We have it. So actually the first thing I want to talk about today, or the first suburb, is going to be Catalina Foothills. Now, a lot of people are drawn to the Catalina Foothills because it's more of our luxury area here in Tucson. We do have some other areas in some of the other suburbs, but as a whole, Catalina Foothills is going to be our main luxury area. And it's set into our Catalina Mountains, which are just, gorgeous. It's right at the base of the Catalina Mountains. Some of the top rated schools, A+ schools here for Tucson, according to niche.com. And also niche.com ranks it as the #1 best suburb to raise a family and to live in Arizona. So that brings a lot of people to the Catalina Foothills area, besides just how absolutely stunning it is. Some of our main resorts in Tucson are going to be in that area. So we have Lowe's Ventana Canyon, we have La Paloma, we have Westward Look. So just a lot of great options in that area, a lot of fine dining. We have La Encantada shopping mall, which is great, AJ's Fine Food. Really, there's just a lot in that area. Anything that you can need as far as shopping, dining, entertainment is going to be in the foothills. But then you're also close to downtown. So, depending on where you're at in the foothills and traffic, you can get down to downtown Tucson within about 20 to 30 minutes. As far as the airport, you're going to be a little further from the airport, probably about a 40-minute drive there. So, gotta weigh your options there. But we do have other great videos that really cover more in depth the Catalina Foothills, our pros and cons video, and our Catalina Foothills vlog tour. So if you really want to get in and see what some of the housing looks like and the different subdivisions, you'll want to check those out. All right, the next suburb that I want to cover is Vail. So Vail is another popular one. One for the school districts, or the school district, it really brings a lot of people, high test scores, great schools. 23 schools now, I believe, in the Vail School District, and they're all highly ranked. So Catalina Foothills, Vail, those are usually the two, if you're looking for school district, that people are asking us about and doing a lot of research on here in Tucson. Vail is a more rural area that's just southeast of Tucson. So let me zoom out a little bit here so you can see Vail down here. So this is a main Tucson right there, and this is going to be your main Vail area. Now, you see it does have most of it covered. There's a Rita Ranch area right here that is also included as far as like the Vail School District goes. It's not really showing it here on the map, but you know, there's a few options just outside of these Vail borders that you're still in the Vail School District, that if that's what you're looking for, let us know. That's something that we can talk to you about and give you some other options outside of Vail. The other thing that brings Vail, or people to Vail, is it's set into the Rincon Mountains. So just very beautiful. The Rincon Mountains border the east side of Tucson, and the Catalinas we were just talking about by the Catalina Foothills border the northern end of Tucson. So it's just a really, really nice setting right there. Not quite as much to do, although Vail is really up and coming. They've been doing a lot of building over the last several years. So there's more new housing out in the area. There's more shopping than there used to be, you know, Safeways. There's a few restaurants, golf course, but you're close enough to, you know, within 20 minutes to other areas closer to Tucson that have more shopping, dining, entertainment options. And then really it's, you know, 20, 30 minutes from the main part of Tucson for anything that's not close by. You can get to anything else you may need within about 20 to 30 minutes. Now Vail, the price has gone up in there quite a bit, but the median home price right now is about $405,000 over the past year. And it is voted number 2 best suburbs to buy in Arizona. So Vail has become quite popular. If you're looking for things to do or places to eat or anything like that, we cover some of it in our Vail vlog and Vail pros and cons video, and even our Vail Google Map video. So that really goes more in depth on the area. All the suburbs we're going to cover today, actually, we have other videos for that kind of go more in to show you the different subdivisions, what the housing looks like, and then things to do around the area. So if you want to dive into that, today we're just going to cover the main suburbs and a little bit about each area. All right, so let's head over to our next suburb, which is going to be Tinka Verde. Now, I love this area. Honestly, like, we grew up in Vail, but I went to Sabino High School, which is actually up in the Tinka Verde area, and I love both places. I mean, most places in Tucson I love. I'm a Tucson native. Dustin and I grew up here. I was actually born in Phoenix on Luke Air Force Base, but we came here shortly after. So this is all that I've known. But my favorite places are Tinka Verde and Vail, and mainly because these areas have a lot of the hiking trails that I love, especially Tinka Verde. So if you're in the Tinka Verde area, and we cover this in some of our Tinka Verde videos as well, but just hitting up like Tinka Verde Falls is a really good one. I didn't mention it when we were talking about Catalina Foothills, but Sabino Canyon is a great one to check out as well. The great thing about Tinka Verde, though, is it's so close to Mount Lemmon. The road here that runs up there, Catalina Highway, if you want to get up to Mount Lemmon from anywhere in Tucson, except when you get closer over to Oro Valley, and you can go the back way up Mount Lemmon, but most people on, you know, this side of Tucson are going to be going up Catalina Highway and up to the top of Mount Lemmon. When we do get snow in Tucson, it really doesn't last anywhere in Tucson for more than a few hours, maybe a day tops. You're not going to be shoveling snow or anything. But because we don't get that, we like to go up and visit the snow, just not live in it. So when we do get snow, the road will get quite busy as people go up to the top to go play in the snow, bring their sleds. There is a ski lift up there. You can go skiing when there's snow. There's a restaurant, there's a hotel, there's you can actually buy homes up there as well. So We have not actually, we'll cover that in a video for you guys. But yeah, overall, Tanque Verde is a great area. It's gotten a little more on the expensive side over the last few years. It's known for being more of like a ranch area. A lot of people in the area will have horses. There are luxury homes in the area, especially around some of the Gulf areas. We have 49ers Country Club and Sabino Springs. That area is going to be more expensive. And then, I mean, it's technically just outside of it, but it's still considered Tanque Verde in our opinion, and that's the lakes at Castle Rock. So those are ones that we cover in some of our other videos if you want to check that out and get a feel for the area and the neighborhoods. But Tanque Verde is absolutely beautiful, and the great thing about that is we were just talking about the Catalina foothills, having those beautiful Santa Catalina mountain views. It's set right there at the bottom of the Catalinas, and then Vail being right there with the Rincons. Well, in Tanque Verde, you get both. So you get those Catalina mountain views and you get those Rincon mountain views. So it's pretty stunning. And as far as schools, if that's important to you, niche.com does rank the schools in A for that area as well. There's some great parks. Like I said, great hiking. There's some good ATV trails. And then you have Mount Lemon. So there's a lot to do as far as shopping, dining, entertainment in the area. And you're gonna be a reasonable distance if you need to get down to U of A or downtown, within 30 minutes, depending on where you are and traffic. All right, the next suburb that I wanna cover is Oro Valley. Now we have some great videos on Oro Valley and some price point videos as well to show you what you can get in the area for different price ranges. And Oro Valley has the other side of the Catalinas right here, and absolutely breathtaking. So it's called Push Ridge right here, and if you have those views, you're lucky. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love being in that area. It's one of my favorite places. Driving up the 77 right here, and then you have Catalina State Park, which is gorgeous. So there's still great hiking in that area. There's definitely a mix in there, but you have some great luxury properties as well. If that's something that you're looking for, you're gonna have townhomes, you're gonna have condos in the area. The one thing about Oro Valley is it does come with a higher price point in, overall. 500,000 is the median sales price, A- schools, and the per capita income is among the highest in any of the Arizona communities, but it quiets down quite a bit. Like it's kind of a joke among people in the area, but about 9-10 o'clock, it's like Oro Valley kind of shuts down. So there are a lot of retirees in the area. It's ranked, I believe it's number 11 on niche.com, best places to retire, and it's close. We have other retirement communities that we cover in our videos, like Saddlebrook and Green Valley. We're not going to cover those suburbs today, those areas, but it's close. It's close to that. So a lot of people come down from Saddlebrook down to the Oro Valley area. So just in that area, it's just a lot quieter at the nighttime. Now, if you live in that area and you like more of the nightlife, it's not far from downtown Tucson. You can usually get down that way within about half an hour. So if that is what you are looking for, then you can still have your great views and everything else, and then just go down to downtown Tucson. The next suburb that we're going to cover is Casas Adobe. So it's right here on the outskirts of Oro Valley. So you still get the benefit of having those amazing Push Ridge views in a lot of areas, but you're a little bit closer to I-10 if you need to commute for work or anything like that. A little bit closer to downtown, U of A, and then it's a little bit smaller of an area, and it doesn't usually, the town doesn't usually turn off at like 9 o'clock. That area too, you can get a little bit more for your money. There's some great properties like on acreage. You'll see like a mix of custom homes and like ranch style, like slump block adobe homes. And the median sales price in that area for the past year is going to be $375,000, right about there. And the schools, according to niche.com, are ranked A-. So just something to think about. There's a lot to do in that area and around that area. So you're very close to the Catalina foothills, you're very close to Oro Valley, you're very close to Marana. So anything that's not in the area, but maybe in the surrounding suburbs, you're within 20 minutes of, basically. All right, so we have 2 more suburbs that I want to make sure that we cover. So the first one is going to be Marana. Now we have a few videos on Marana as well, so we're not going to talk too much about that, but essentially Marana is split, I don't want to say like exactly down the middle, but split down the middle by I-10. So you're going to have parts of Marana that are over here on the east side of I-10. Now, if you get into that side, your average, or your median price point is going to be about $558,000. Whereas if you drop over to this west side of I-10, the median sales price is closer to $392,000. Marana as a whole is about $406,000, taking all that into consideration. So the reason for that being, everything that is east of I-10 over here, for the most part, starts getting into more of our luxury area. So you have a lot of different communities over there that are close to like the Ritz-Carlton, you're close to the golf courses right there, and just some really great areas that have those luxury homes. You'll start getting into the $1 million price point, and that's what really changes that median sales price for that area. There is a lot to do. I mean, even us being in Tucson, we find ourselves going to Marana quite a bit. They have a lot of activities throughout the year. We like to go to the pumpkin patch. We like to go to the annual Christmas tree lighting. I mean, they have a lot that they offer. And then overall though, their schools, I guess the one thing that we would say is just to bring up, if schools are important to you, Marana is ranked B+ overall, but there are a lot of schools in there that actually do have A ratings. So it just depends like where in Marana that you want to be. And the great thing about Marana, it's closer to Phoenix. So if you need to commute to Phoenix, it's one of those places that is just going to be the easiest to access I-10 and closest to Casa Grande, Phoenix, those areas that we see a lot of people commute to. Or if you need to commute to downtown Tucson, again, you hop on I-10. The only downside there is just if there's accidents, it really could delay your time. But other than that, that's why a lot of people choose the Marana area. Now, if you want to be on the more affordable side, that's going to be the west side of I-10, and there's great properties over there. Some of my favorite communities are over there, and if you want to get a better idea of what those look like, definitely check out our vlog video, and then we'll have some price point series videos on that as well, just to really dive into those neighborhoods. And then there's a lot to do close to Marana that's not in the Marana area, but we love the Arizona Sonoran Desert Museum. You have Old Tucson Studios that's not super far. Just Top Golf, if you're into that. There's a lot to do. And then there's great hiking trails. Some of our other favorite hiking trails are in that area as well. Now, for the last suburb we'll cover, that's going to be Sahuarita. Now, this has been getting a lot more popular over the last several years, and I can see why. Not all of Sahuarita is part of Rancho Sahuarita, but what brings a lot of people to Sahuarita is Rancho Sahuarita, because you have this great clubhouse where they have a gym in there, they have kids club, they have pools, they have like a little water park with water slides, and just a little mini golf area. They have like a little train that runs on the weekend around there. They have basketball courts, they have pickleball, tennis, I mean, really just so much. But then there's also a lake in the area. Now that part is public, so you don't have to be in Rancho Sarita for that. You can go on the lake, you can fish, again, that's all public. But if you're in the Rancho Sarita area, just a lot of options. They do like movie nights and they do different events and concerts and everything throughout the month. So just if that's something that you're looking for, that may be an area. But Sarita as a whole isn't all part of Rancho Sarita, like I said. The median sales price is going to be $325,000. Schools overall are ranked about a B+ on niche.com, but there's several that are actually A rated. So if that's important to you, again, just make sure that you're doing your research on the different areas and the different schools if that's important to you. As far as Sarita, I think that's all we have to cover. I mean, you can see where it is in relation to Tucson. Downside there is if you do have to commute into town for work, I-19 can get a lot of traffic. So that is this that runs down south and down towards Green Valley, which is another retirement area. So you're close to that. But being so far south of Tucson, you just have I-19 there that you have to hit. So if you have to commute and there's a lot of traffic on I-19 or accidents, you don't really have any other great options to get into Tucson. So I'd say that's probably the biggest downside. But a lot of people move out to that area because you can get more for your money. And like I said, especially if you're part of the Rancho Sarita area, it offers a lot. And honestly, that master plan community is unlike anything else we have here in Tucson. So something to check out.
All right, so thanks for sticking around with us today. I hope you have a better feel for Tucson and the surrounding areas. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you drop them below. We would love to hear from you. And if you or anyone you know is thinking about moving to or from Tucson, Arizona, give us a call, shoot us a text or an email. You can also book a Zoom call with us. The link's below in the description. And if you could, give us a like, subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications. We'll make sure we keep you updated on the current market here in Tucson, Arizona. We'll see you on the next video.